Hey guys, so today is going to be another Halloween tutorial. This one is my Beetlejuice inspired Halloween tutorial, and I have been wanting to do this since last Halloween. I was originally going to do this last Halloween, but I ran out of time, so this was on my list of things to do for this year. So I did buy white Halloween contacts, but when I finally got them in my eye, they were hurting really bad, so I couldn't use them for this tutorial. I really hoped that it would work though, because they looked really cool. But anyway, moving on to the tutorial, I already have my foundation on just because I think that the face paint sticks better to the foundation. And then I'm just using a white face paint and my damp beauty blender to blend this all over my skin. And then I'm going to go over my eyebrows with a white face paint to kind of conceal them. And if you want to completely conceal your eyebrows, there's a ton of tutorials that you could do. You have to use glue and concealer and stuff, but I didn't want to go that crazy with it, so I just did the white face paint, and I go over it a couple times throughout the tutorial because I just really, I wanted them to be covered, but I really didn't want to go in with glue and all that. And then I'm going in with this dark purple color from my BH Cosmetics 120 color palette, and I'm packing this all over my lid, and then as you'll see in a second, I'm going to go in and blend it all out. And even though this look is really messy, you really want to take your time when blending it out and really blend it out as much as possible because you want it to be really blown out and smoky. And as you'll see in a second, I am putting it on my lower lash line as well, and then I'm taking the fluffy crease brush that I used to blend it, and I'm wrapping it around my eye so it's more of a circular smoky eye rather than just the top lid and the bottom lid, and this really adds to the look. And then I'm just taking a black shadow and I'm putting that where eyeliner would go on the upper and lower lash line. And then I'm going back in and blending it all out because, of course, we want it to be really blown out and smoky. For my eyebrows, I am creating a very small, thin, arched eyebrow right above where my normal eyebrows go, and I'm starting it kind of on the bridge of my nose and then flicking it upward, and then as you'll see in a second, I'm just creating little dots right on top of the eyebrow just to accentuate the arch. Taking that same liquid liner, I'm just doing my eyeliner as I normally would. For the dots, I tried to just freehand them, but my hand is definitely not steady enough, so I used the back of a paintbrush and put the eyeliner on it and then dotted it on my eyebrows. And then for the little ones, I just dotted them free-handedly. And then I'm using a mix of all of these green colors in the palette and kind of contouring my forehead with it. And this is similar to my last tutorial where I start out with a lot of product and then I just continue to blend it out until it's the shade that I like. I'm kind of taking that same purple color that I used for the eyeshadow and I'm blending it from my eye toward my temple, and then I'm bringing it down to where I would create a contour. And the reason why I'm doing this is so it really makes my cheekbones stand out, and it also makes the eye look a little bit more dirty and messy. It just wasn't messy enough for me, so I decided to extend it out a little bit, and I really like how this turned out. I think it makes the cheekbones stand out even more. And then I'm just making sure that I blend out that contour that I'm doing with the purple color. And then I'm just taking some of that white face paint and cleaning up my contour a little bit. I normally do this in my regular makeup routine, except I do it with highlighting powder instead of white face paint. But then I'm just blending it out with my damp beauty blender, and that just makes the cheekbones stand out even more. So for lips, I'm using a nude lip liner and I'm creating the shape that I want my mouth to be. I'm extending the corners up a little bit. And I'm just doing this with a lip liner just so it's easier to trace when I put on my liquid lipstick. And then for lips, I thought black was a little bit too harsh, so I'm using a very dark purple. This is LAX by ColourPop Cosmetics. It's one of their new liquid lipsticks, and they stay on really well. So I'm just outlining what I did with the lip liner and extending the corners of the mouth a little bit. And then I'm creating little wounds on my cheek and on my forehead, and they are kind of supposed to look a little bit more cartoon-like instead of like a real wound. So that's why I filled them in with the red face paint and the green face paint. It's not really supposed to look real, it's just supposed to add to the costume. And then I just extended one of the corners of my mouth with my black eyeliner and kind of made it look like I had stitches. So I did put on false eyelashes, but I did that off camera. And then for the rest of the paint, I'm just doing my face and my neck the same color. So I'm using that white face paint and my damp beauty blender to put on all that paint on my chest. And then I'm kind of just doing stripes of black and white, kind of like how Beetlejuice's costume is. And ignore all those lines that I did. You can really just do it without that, and just like eyeball it. that's kind of what I ended up doing anyway, but I just did the black and white stripes, and then I kind of wanted it to look more messy, so I used my paintbrush to mess it up a little bit. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this Halloween tutorial, and look out for my next one. I think I'm going to be doing one more before Halloween ends. Bye!